Okay, so we have Sean Diddy Coombs. He's had 3 lawsuits, allegations filed against him for some sexual things. So here's me working on the energy to strengthen justice, because certainly I haven't looked at it energetically yet, but certainly from the point of view, if he's being taken advantage of, then obviously that's not a good thing. And then again, if he's taking advantage of people and the system, that's also not a good thing. And whether that's men or women or whatever. So we're just going to see in that situation. So we'll check for justice. And I know justice is a very emotive term and divisive. But if I say justice, is it weak or strong in that case? It's weak. So we should strengthen justice. So that everybody receives justice fairly. Again, I feel it's like 800,000 weaknesses. So if I check the 800,000 weaknesses, we'll strengthen 800,000 weaknesses. And I feel like there's outrage in the situation. So again, I'm not picking on Sean or Diddy. I'm not picking on Cassie or Joy Dixon Neal or the anonymous third person. So it's Sean Diddy Coombs, yeah. So okay, anyway, we strengthen everybody in the group. So I'm putting them all in the group, and I'm going to also put them in circles, so protect one from the other. So whatever's not appropriate energetically is they're okay to. And the reason I'm doing this publicly is because these are people they're already celebrities, they're already benefiting and put themselves into public life. And my intention is for neutrality, for balance, not to punish anybody. That's not my job. So, okay, well, we strengthen the outrage, having it, not having it. And really, it goes back to abuse. That's the word that comes. So who's been abused? No idea who, but we need to strengthen the people to abuse. Because like if you're so upset, it's natural, our body kind of freezes in a fight-flight reflex, and then they're unable to like really defend themselves in the most positive way. All right, so we strengthen that. The abuse, I'm going to get like very young abuse, so it's 3 to 4 years old. So strengthen the people there involved, having it or not having it, and it's very weak for whoever that is. And of course, you know, I've got 4 people, so I don't know who it is in those 4 people, or even if it's ancestral. It comes up as it's ancestral. Okay, so when I say ancestral, that checks up to be weak. So strengthen that. And so strengthen up the ancestral weaknesses. Okay, that's now strong. And the abuse is now strong. And then we're going to check them. So having abuse, not having abuse is strong. So energetically for towards justice. And so we have there was this limitations healing question, or whether something is within the statute of limitations. So not judging whether there is right or wrong for something to be in the statute of limitations, we should still strengthen everybody to that, towards justice. So we strengthen all parties towards that. It's not strong. So we have to go back. The main issue there is actually it's really sort of like a dark center line. So there's a weakness in the center line. It's like a say like a vacuum in the center line. So we're going to strengthen that. So being there, not being there. And so we want to delete it. So delete it 100%. And okay, and then we'll delete it to infinity. And we're just going to check if that's there. So on a tissue level, inside the body on a tissue level, so we strengthen that and delete it. And then I feel like I feel shame. And abuse. And that's a horrible feeling. I feel like I've been poisoned, actually. So strengthen the body to poison. So the poison is, so it's not current, it's past poisonings, poisonings, druggings, like food poisoning, whatever it is. I don't know what it is. So I'm not going to, again, I'm not here to make allegations. I'm here to strengthen energetic things that are purely coming from my mind. They may be just imagination. I'm not contending or accusing anybody. Strengthen that. So again, I get frozen and afraid. So whoever's frozen, afraid, want to strengthen those feelings, being frozen, being afraid, and that doesn't strengthen. They're still frozen and afraid. So I want to strengthen that. That means there's another weakness somewhere else. So is it on the timeline? Actually, it's a future weakness. So in the future, just being under that, maybe it's let's me just imagine they're under spotlight of having to meet the person that's accusing them either way. Yeah, whether it's they're accused or they're accusing, it doesn't matter. I don't want to get into a situation where I'm claiming that somebody's done something or I have information which other people don't have. I have my insight, my intuition, and that is only focused on strengthening the energy towards neutrality and justice. So whether that's for the accuser or defendant or whatever, I don't care, because I want the natural law to. Okay. And so we have actually, we have a problem in the emotional brain. So the emotional brain, so the thalamus is weak, the amygdala is weak, the hypothalamus is weak. Oh, it's a lot weak. Corpus callosum is also weak. So it seems like the whole of the system of the emotional brain is corpus callosum, prefrontal cortex is weak. So the whole, yeah, it seems like the whole thing is weak, and hippocampus is weak as well. So we're going to strengthen that. We'll go on go through on a quantum level, on a atomic level. So on a quantum level, it's all weak. So just strengthen it all, and what comes up. Okay, that's now strong. We'll just check it through to other systems. Strong. Okay, now. Okay, well we get to just 300,000 weaknesses now. So 300,000 weaknesses, and we want to bring that down to. So I get he said, she said. He said, they said, they said, he said, and so also sort of so accusations, word of mouth, was hearsay. So strengthen everybody to that. So telling the truth, actually, let's just say that. What about telling the truth? Strengthen everybody to telling the truth. So not everybody's strong to telling the truth. So strengthen everybody to telling the truth. All right. And so accepting the consequences of their actions. So that's weak, unsurprisingly. So strengthen everybody to accept the consequences of their actions. Okay. And then there's fear. If I accept the consequences of the actions, I might be afraid of the consequences, so strengthen that. And so strengthen them to the people, whoever it is, to loss of reputation, loss of standing, loss of influence. Okay. All right, now we're down to, okay, we're down to 100,000 weaknesses. And there we get to, so we're going to say, well, actually, one of the things that's really weakening everybody is the press attention and social media. And there is, so strengthen everybody to press attention, social media, like whether what the message say is true, weakens everybody, where it's not true, weakens everybody. So it's just the attention of the press. Let's strengthen that to being there, not being there, and delete it. Okay. And what comes is like personal shame about the body, shame about actions, shame about talking about sex, shame about intimate relationships. So strengthen that, being there, not being there, and delete it. All right, then we check. It's definitely stronger. All right, I'm going to leave that there because we've been going for a few minutes, and it's and my goal here, honestly, is to make people aware that about how energy work can very quickly help bring solutions and kind of bring fairness and a kind of natural justice and a natural virtue into a situation. And my goal is to support that. So not to support anybody in particular in this case, obviously. But I believe that even, like, what do they say? The truth will set you free. So even a perpetrator or somebody who's done something which is unfair and wrong will receive benefit by owning up, as it were. Okay, well, I'm signing out. My method that I teach is called Mind, Energy, Intention. I am Richard Wicks. You'll find me at wicksway.com.